Hello everyone, this is JLS1114 here to talk about something I just got set up today, but it also brings up a topic that we're going to all at some point in time going to be dealing with. Starting in the United States anyway, June 12th of this year, low full power analog stations, to be broadcast in full power in the analog standard broadcasting, they were told to be shut down. So that's what happened June 12th, 2009, according to Wikipedia. Which left that, this is when they were starting to get converter boxes. It was buying us more time to get these converter boxes, but also buying them more time because they weren't exactly ready. Now you're probably saying, well, you said they shut it down. Well, in actuality, what it really meant was the reason. You're probably like, well, I still was getting cable if I didn't have a converter box. Yeah, so was I. Well, the reason is because the full power of the analog broadcasting was cut. Not all the power. So basically, in June 12th of 2009, what they really did is they were still allowed in low power to broadcast in analog, these stations. So that's what happened to get ready. So before I made this video, me and Joe from the circuit 123 were having a little conversation about this. I was telling him how I got my converter box, and he was a little confused, and so am I. I thought they took care of that in June. He's asking me. I said, so did I. So that's why I looked it up before I made the video. So now I have an understanding, and I probably wasn't clear to a lot of people. Alright, so that's that. So anyway, March 5th of 2010, it will be fully digital. There'll be no low power, there'll be no analog of any power at all. So if you didn't have a converter box then and you were surviving, you will not survive come March 5th. You must get one March 5th of 2010, or you will be at dusk. Okay? So, I also wanted to make that clear. Alright, moving on. Let me show you what I got. Now, before I show you, remember what I'm about to show you, and I'm going to explain this. This is from a Comcast customer aspect. I'm sure other companies like Time Warner, the adapter might look a little different. They might handle it a little differently. So I can't speak for them, but this is how Comcast is doing it, at least in my area anyway. Alright, so here we go. Well, actually, before I show you, I'll explain a little bit. So we set it up. It basically acts as your cable box. Now, all that goes into, transmitting, all that goes into this little thing I'm about to show you. So anyway, you set it up with the cable box, and then after you do that, there are serial numbers. Now we had to set up 2. So each one that you get, the adapter I'm talking about, converter, whatever you want to call it, you have to know the serial numbers. and then you call this number. When you call the number, now this varies, by the way. I'll tell you what happened to us, how it happened with us, and then a cousin of mine that just did it right before we did it, that happened to come over in the midst of us doing this process. So anyway, my mother calls the number, and she's all set, because she's told from our cousin that she needs all these serial numbers. She needs the serial numbers. Well, she calls, she's asked a series of yes and no questions. That was automated. I don't know what she was asked. She didn't tell us, but there was a series of yes and no questions. And then, after she was done with that series of questions, a lady came on the phone, and she said, "So you want to activate both of them right now?" And she said, "Yes." 2 seconds later, it was on. Now, we didn't have it in full force yet, but it was on, configuring. They said it's going to take 6 hours to configure. Now, within an hour, I had all my channels. I'm not sure about my mom, but I know I had all my channels. But the remote's not completely working right. I'm thinking, I'll know better tomorrow, but I'm thinking it's because it's still configuring, so switching over all the signal, all that stuff. So, that's probably why they said 6 hours. But I can watch TV. Might not have the full digital strength yet, and that's probably why the only thing I can do with my remote right now is switch the channels. So, something we were actually pretty happy about having a remote. My mom and I had been without a remote for a while, so we were happy to have a remote. But yeah. So now my cousin, when she called, a lady came on. I don't even think she got the automated thing. Now I don't know if this has to do with the time that she called from when we called. I don't know, but when she got it, she had to give them all the serial numbers. And she said she started with less channels than we did, so I don't know. So it's kind of interesting, but that's basically a little thing on that. Okay, so let me show you real quick. Now, I can't really see if I'm pointing this right, but hopefully I will be. Okay. Now, this is it. This small thing. Very compact. As you can see. Hopefully you can see. There's a little green light thing. Hoping you can see this. At some point in time. Trying this at all angles here. Hopefully at some point in time you saw that. Alright, so that's that. And I want to real quick show you one more thing. I'm going to show you the remote I was just talking about. Alright. Show you the remote that came with it real quick. I think. Oh, here it is. Alright. So this is the remote. For someone who's visually impaired, I love it. Pretty basic. Good color contrast. Unique distinctive yellow. Red. For the power, the numbers are kind of big, and it's on black and white. So I'm very happy, and there's the Comcast thing. So, yeah. So, any comments, questions, feel free, and I really would like your input of how you feel about this in general, of having to go all digital. Alright, see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching. Have a nice day.